The discount that I'm setting up right now is whole coils pod pack, 3-piece. Buy a full 3-pack of coil pods to get $6 discount. It is $2 per coil pod. This is not a mix and match situation. That same item has to be bought 3 times. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I'm gonna hit this plus sign here. We're gonna make this, we'll call it a coils discount. All right, like that. And I'm just gonna put it on always, like that. The discount here is expressed in dollars. So we're gonna use this option here. It's gonna be 3. The discount is gonna be $6, for example. Well, actually there's different ways of setting this up. We're trying to set up buy 3 and get a $6 discount, which is $2 per pod. And one way of setting it up is just saying like this, right? So there's $3 off, and that's gonna be a match, meaning they have to buy that item 3 times. And we're gonna say trigger on every 3. This will give a total of $6 every on one item, every 3rd item. Let's get our coil. Thought I saved. All right, so here's our whole coil pod. I'm gonna hit save. There is that item. Now I have it set up to trigger on every 3. Let me start a new order, show you how that works. All right, so here's that item. If I just add this 3 times, it gives the discount, right, like this, right? So it's not gonna do $2 per, it's just gonna trigger a $3 discount. In fact, I think I need to set up, I believe I put a $3 here, and I need to put $6, like that. Match, save. All right, so now let me try this again. So here's whole coil pod, and when I do this 3 times, the $6 gets triggered. That's one way of setting it up. If you want to see 2 per, right, like $2 per, then we can do it this way. Let me show you. So we're still gonna use this amount here, right? Actually, no, here we're gonna put $2, like that. We're gonna say trigger $2. Here, we're gonna say trigger on all items after first 3. The issue is the 4th and the 5th item. I can keep that the same. So here's that item. What it'll do now is it'll trigger a $2 discount to each quantity, but it'll keep going. And that's sort of an issue. But we also have a workaround that as well. Let's grab this item, whole coil pod. Here it is. Right, so now if I do 3, what it does is this. But watch this. Settings. Here, undo this. See what it does? It actually does trigger $2 per. Clover groups it. So here it is. The issue though is that if I add the 4th item, it'll also trigger it because it's on all items after first 3. So the 3 acts as a minimum. Now, if you don't want it to keep going after 3, here's another way that we can set this up. Like we can go here and we can do manual progression. So we'll keep it at 2 and then we'll just say progressive like that. And now we can actually define the discounts. By quantity 3, it'll be $6, like that. We can just say split discounts between items and then still keep it on match. And then they want to do a 3 and then they want to do a 4, right? Like let's say you want to do a 4, and for 4 it's also 2 per pad, so you're just gonna say 8. So that would be like a manual way of setting it up. And then you can keep going, like that. For example, on 6, actually it's going to be 5, right? So we're going to do 5 packs, and the discount for 5 packs is going to be 10, right? Like that. So you can keep going manually defining each trigger point like that. That'll still use that item. Yeah, good. And so now it'll only go up to these trigger points and not further, right? So now we have it set up on a certain point. And I'm gonna grab this item, do 2 nothing, do 3, here's the discount, and it triggers it on each. And then if I do 4, and if I do 5, it triggers it.